Sometimes you feel like you almost created your own rat race, and we've done about $200,000.
We're pretty much trying to filter through them all as fast as we can. This is the parking spot.
Oh man.
I was kind of hoping to avoid this conversation, so I think there's a lot of misconceptions on what it's like to be, 23 years old, making about $200,000 a month. Is it fun? Is it boring? What is it? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's not fun. Is there fun activities involved? Sometimes, yes, absolutely. But right now it is, let's take a look. It is 7:39 in the morning. I'm in Denver, Colorado. I'm getting ready to head out to the gym at, I'm gonna be leaving at 8. And when I get back from the gym, I have an initial meeting with a pipeline developer, sales consultant. But anyway, he's gonna help us build out a new sales pipeline for one of the companies. And as soon as that is done, guess what? I have a meeting with my accountant. And then I get to start my day. So let me go ahead and get dressed really quick and I'll follow back up, or I'll catch back up with you guys. Sure. Now it's 7:49 in the morning. Like I said, is it boring? Is it exciting? What is it? And that's kind of going to be what I bring you through today, and you guys kind of be the judge of that. What is the raw reality or the boring reality of somebody who makes the type of money that I make at the age that I make it? My everyday mornings consist of waking up every single morning at 7:30, and then I head to the gym at 8. That is when everybody in the house wakes up and we can head out. As soon as we get home from the gym, I take care of my most immediate things. Taxes are coming up, so I have to get ready for going through unrecognized charges, which is great. And then I have to have a quick meeting with, like I said, the guy who's gonna build out a sales department pipeline for us, and one more person. So we have those 2 meetings quickly as soon as we get home, and then I'm gonna take a seat and I'm gonna walk you through some of the stuff that I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna let you watch me do it. It's probably gonna be the most boring video you've ever seen, but you're gonna get an understanding that outside of driving to the gym in your Lamborghini, there's no other fun. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for the boys to wake up and we're gonna get ready to head out. They should be up in here in about like 5 minutes, so let's get to it. Hopping in the Lamb. Such a tight fit every time. Car always gives me this icy road warning when it's never really icy roads. Jim, it's this industrial-like building. And Cole and Hayden are saying that they're not really liking the new gym too much, so I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna keep going here, but I think Ollie just met us here. Let's see. Yeah, the boys are down there. Anyway, we made it to the gym, so I'm about to hop in. This is the parking spot. Yes, sir. All right, just made it home, pulled the car into the garage, grabbing my water and any other trash that's in here out of it. And so I'm headed back into the house now. Let me make sure I have the key. I don't. Okay, grab the key. That's the thing about these cars, man. There is no storage for anything, so you kind of just clutter everything together. Headed in, like I said, I have that initial meeting this morning. As soon as I go in, I'm just gonna hop on that meeting, and then I have a meeting with my accountant, and then I have to head down to the clinic and pick up some stuff. But, so that was kind of a turn of events. I wasn't initially planning on that this morning. I completely forgot that I even had to do that. So what's likely gonna happen is I'm gonna have to head down there, grab what I need to grab, and then head home, hopefully be home at about 1, and then from just literally work from 1 to 12. And like I said, I'm gonna be documenting more of it this time around so that you get a full understanding of how boring this quote unquote lifestyle really is. How I met Chris was he does freelance development, and when I don't have enough time to sit and build something out, Chris is my go-to. I was talking to Chris about wanting to take this on more full-time with him because me and him together is sweet. Where I lack, he completely excels in.
Time estimate.
This is the most
multiplied.
Organized thing I think I've ever seen.
You see a company and you're like, oh, they're killing it. They probably have it really dialed in and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then you come in and it's a bunch of monkeys just clanging plates against each other and have no idea. Emails and spreadsheets.
Okay. All right. Bye, boys.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Now I have a call with my accountant. So let's go and hop literally right into that. All right, so I'm having a bit of a struggle trying to get a hold of the accountant, and it's been like that for the last week or so. So quickly in between waiting for the accountant, I'm going to activate some of my processes for one of our creators that's going to start driving some traffic over. Apparently there was a new update and the numbers are looking a lot better. So I'm gonna give this a try and see if everything is actually looking good. So let me get some of these accounts moved over. A couple of our marketing tools kind of have been hitting the ground recently with Instagram having a huge update and kind of just banning a lot of our processes. And over time, I'm gonna bring you guys into more of the actual acquisition channels that we use. So you get an understanding of what this month is kind of looking like within the page. We can take a look here. We can see that last 30 days on this page alone specifically is at about $120,000. We're sitting at a $19,000 pending, and statements, as you can see, we just initiated this creator on August and we've done about $200,000, and that is on one page of one of our clients. So that's kind of how that's going. You get a little insight there, and then we're gonna, over time, I'm gonna bring you guys into the actual marketing channels that we're using to pretty much blow up these creators. But right now, I'm still just trying to get in contact with my accountant. Hi, this is Hunter reaching out for Liz.
Hi, Hunter. How are you? Oh my gosh.
I'm good, how are you? But that was totally a business purchase. Okay, so the accounting stuff is taking a whole lot longer than I thought it would. I've been on the phone since I started with her. You guys have saw a little clip. It's been about 2 hours now, and I'm still on the phone with her. I just needed to head down to the garage because I still have to go to my clinic. So I'm just gonna do that while being on the phone. I'm just gonna head down there. I'm just gonna have my buddy who's gonna go with me, he's just gonna record me while I stay on the phone with her and finish up all of the unrecognized transactions. So there's about 2 years of unrecognized transactions. We're pretty much trying to filter through them all as fast as we can. It's just a part of business. A big part of business is the accounting, and I think most people underestimate the amount of time that goes into the accounting scene, into the amount of how much time and effort just goes into the actual financials. Everybody wants to focus on making the money and not paying no Uncle Sam. And does it take a lot of time? Absolutely. But it is incredibly important. So as soon as I get to the top of the building, I'm gonna call her back and continue heading on over to my buddy's house. Learned this really cool way of getting out of the garage without scraping. I scraped right there, of course, but it is getting better anyway.
Hey, Hunter.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay, great. Okay, so now we're back here. Caesar Avicia.
Okay, so we just got
I have Ollie recording now. We just picked up the prescription, or we just picked up what we needed from the clinic. And as you heard, we were still on the phone with our accountant the last time that we had our conversation, or the last time we were talking. Anyway, so I'm thinking we're almost done. And she's like, we still have a long way to go. And I was like, oh, well, because initially when she had called me, she said that it was just a few transactions we had to go over. I was like, okay, maybe, 20, 100, maybe 200. Anyway, 4 hours go by, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to have to hop off. I'm getting ready to leave the office. And she's like, we'll catch back up. We're only on the G's. Which means we spent 4 hours just discussing A, B's, C's, D's, E's, and F's. And we're just starting G. So we spent 4 hours going over all of the costs, or all of the unidentified charges on my Amex. And it took us about 4 hours to do, and we're only on the G. So I think we most likely have another like 10 or 15 hours worth of charges that we're gonna have to go through. But anyways, me and Ollie are headed home. We'll pick up the camera here when we get on the highway, and we're doing a little bit of polls. But all right, we'll see ya. Just got home, which reminds me I need to go grab my stuff out of the car, but got everything I needed from the clinic, and am gonna head back inside, then sit down and honestly just look at getting some work done. I'm gonna check on that process that we started earlier. This is a big vlog, is probably going to expand into tomorrow as well because of the unexpected appointment, I guess you could call it, that I had with the clinic. This is not a very typical day. Normally, a day consists of gym, home, sit at desk, work until complete. But what I might do is have my girlfriend start get my stuff that I need from the clinic every once in a while. But I don't know if that's reasonable or feasible. Anyway, point is, I'm gonna head upstairs right now. I'll pick you guys back up as soon as I'm in the office. All right, I'm back in the office and pretty much going through all of my messages, catching up with everybody. I owe some money to one of our contractors that I had to get paid. So I have an Airtable that has about 2,000 Instagram accounts in it. A lot of the acquisitions or the marketing channels that we do are gray hat. Gray hat is a form of manipulating a social media platform's algorithm by brute forcing yourself into virality. For an example, if I create one Instagram account on my phone and I have, let's say, a 1% chance of going viral on that. Now, if I create 100 accounts posting relatively the same content, then my chances of going viral are now significantly higher. I can't say 100%, but you understand the concept. So a lot of our marketing channels are derived from gray hat acquisitions and ideas. And so I have this old Airtable, a new service, to backtrack, a new service that we're starting to offer to the girls that we have on the agency side. So this would actually be probably a pretty damn good time to just explain to you what we do. I was kind of hoping to avoid this conversation till a little bit later, but I think we're to the point where that conversation is going to be brought up, so we may as well kind of break the ice there. And no, I'm not trying to sell you on anything, nothing, just telling you. So I run a OFM agency, and if you don't know what that is, feel free to look up OF. I don't feel comfortable saying the word on camera. I don't know if YouTube's algorithm is going to pick it up and just destroy us, but regardless, within this industry, we take on creators who are already on the platform, and we effectively drive subscribers to their page, and then we take a percentage. Now, our agency is split into two different divisions, actually three now. Division one is where we take a very large cut from the creators, and we pay them on a salary base. Let's say page makes $100,000, we'll actually keep the full $100,000. In exchange, we'll pay them $5,000. Now, how is this fair? How does this even make sense? The creators actually don't do any work. Outside of setting up their account and verifying it, they have no more
work that they need to get done, because we then handle all of that on the back end. So we take 100% of the earnings, but because we do 100% of the work. We have a couple creators who haven't done anything in 6 to 10 months, a year even. They have not done a single thing, yet they continue to get these salary bonuses. On top of that, we pay for everything else, their makeup and their anything that they want generally, because we take such a large chunk. Now, Division 2, we only take 30% of the creator's page. Now, where's that huge jump? Where's that premium that you're getting or that you're not getting? And these are creators that are actually already established on the platform, that are driving their own traffic, that are bringing their own subscribers, who are making a ton of content. And all we do is we simply provide a infrastructural foundation for the page. You understand that talking to the subscribers is a full-time job. Making content is a full-time job. Marketing is a full-time job. So where we come into play is we just take some of our infrastructure, deviate and allocate to the individual fundamental components of OF, and we enhance what they're already doing. So for an example, a new service that we're offering is, if I am making car videos and I'm getting a good sum of engagement and views, imagine if I have 100x what I'm already doing. The amount of traffic isn't typically 100x, but it's a significant push to the same direction. And so it's effectively amplifying what they're already doing. And that is where we come into hand in these agreements, where we're only taking 30%, because we're not the sole reason for your success. All we do is amplify the success that you already have. And generally speaking, it's nearly impossible for us to come onto a page and not make you more than 50% back. Typically, it's a pretty industry standard for a creator to come to a management and then immediately make double their money. That's an industry standard thing. That's kind of how that operates. That's a good understanding of what we do. And recently, we just took on a new creator yesterday who is doing about $5,000 a month in subscription revenue. She's never worked with the management before, making it our job a lot easier. See, what happens is some of these creators go and work with a ton of different management. They management hop. And what happens is they go from bad management to bad management to bad management, and all of these bad managements compound their atrocities onto one account, making an account's revival incredibly hard. Now, when you're working with somebody who's just good and it being your first time, none of the subscribers on the page have had to deal with the pain and suffering of bad management, and this is effectively allowing us to do our job at 10x, 20x. But taking a page on that's doing $5,000 a month in subscriptions is an immediate $30,000 a month page. So, which means you're currently making $5,000. When you come and work with us, we're gonna make you $30,000. Now, we're gonna take our 30% fee, which is gonna leave me with about $9,000. Now, cost of the teams that we work on with the page, it's gonna bring me down to $5,000 a month. So I just signed yesterday $5,000 retainer and $5,000 a month, whatever, just a really small creator. But you understand that that was a 10-minute phone call that I had with her, our infrastructure to back up our proof and our claims and our credibility, and just like that, signed a $5,000 a month retainer. By all means, this is not the most incredible sign. This isn't the biggest creator we've ever worked with, ever. But it's still a great little lump sum of cash. I mean, that makes it a car payment or a house payment or an apartment payment or whatever it may be. So we did end up taking her on. So what I'm doing now is I am just pretty much moving around some of these group chats and looking at who wants to take her on. So it looks like I did just get in contact with one of our chat teams, and the chat team is able to schedule her onboarding on Monday, which means I'm gonna reach out to the girl now and I'm gonna let her know that her onboarding will be Monday. We're gonna request a little bit of content from her. Honestly, I think this would be pretty cool if I show you guys the current earnings now, and then at the end of January, I will facilitate this. We'll revisit this and I'll show you just where the page is sitting at when that time comes. So taking a look at this page, we can see that the earnings right now without a management are about $2,000, $5,000, $5,000, $5,000, about $5,000 a month. Which means when we come on and we take on this page, we're going to be looking at a client about $30,000 a month, which is just massive. It's really cool to see. I'll pick this back up when I have an update and I'm completed with this.
Okay, we just got to Uchi. We're doing a 15-piece nigiri. We're all tasting the same pieces. We're gonna load it up with some lemon. We're gonna make sure all of our palettes are the same. And we're pretty much just doing a big nigiri testing.
Yeah, we're gonna f this up. This looks good. I'm liking the crunchies on the top of this one. So, all right, I'll pick it up with the reaction.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we have another delivery. Oh man, this one is looking great. Okay, let's start off with this one because this one's probably gonna be the worst.
Okay.
All right, ready, boys? 3, 2, 1. Holy shit!
Okay, that had to be probably my favorite so far.
That one was really good.
Favorite so far.
Really, favorite? Okay.
So far?
1, 2, 3. Oh, that wasabi has a kick.
Oh!
Oh man.
Wait, what? I didn't get any wasabi.
What I
Okay.
think you and I just did from this.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this food up. I'll pick you guys back up when I get home, back in the office.
It is December 21st. We're back in the office. Like I said, it's 10:11 a.m. We just got back from the gym, and we are currently just going through all of the Telegram chats that I have. I just got through all of my messages on Telegram. There doesn't seem to be anything that required my immediate attention. I did follow up with the team to see if they were able to get the accounts taken or deleted off Instagram like I had asked them to. And it doesn't seem like they were able to get back to me just yet. So I'm working on the first task of the day. I'm going to initiate some of our marketing channels to the creator. So I'm going to kind of show you what we have, get an idea of one of the Airtables that we work with in. So looking at this Airtable, we have a ton of accounts that we set up, and these are all Instagram accounts. If you were to click open IG, it would open up to an Instagram account. So we have hundreds and hundreds and actually thousands and thousands of these accounts. And through this Airtable, you can see that we have a pretty advanced system that is tracking all of the accounts, which ones are live, which ones are public, which ones have any errors on them, scraping all of the details and all of the data off of them. Anyway, how we use these accounts is a tool called Cupid AI, which is simply an artificial intelligence robot that sits on the back of these Instagram accounts and talks to anybody that comes into the page. So for an example, if you were to follow one of those accounts, the account would message you, hey, and then it would flirt with you and chat with you, get to know you, and then it would push you to the page, the OF. And it's really cool because it opens up a lot of different possible opportunities for marketing channels, because realistically all you need to do is just bring people to the Instagram account and then they will get funneled to the OF. So like I mentioned yesterday, Instagram has gone through this really massive, and it tends to happen every December, where Instagram, Tinder, Twitter, Reddit, all of these different social media platforms need to meet a very specific KPI within how many bots they have on their system or within their social media. And so they do this massive ban wave that pretty much takes out any and all accounts. Now, we don't market through a very traditional way where we are using Facebook ads or Facebook tools in a very authentic way. All of our marketing channels are typically gray hat. And with gray hat comes fighting against the social platform more than with the social platform. So anyway, I just got an alert this morning that hopefully, fingers crossed, that Instagram has eased up a ton. And exact words were, Insta finally let go, 50% less captures today. I'm going to keep you guys updated on how that process rolls out. I showed you guys the page and how it wasn't doing too hot yesterday. Today and tomorrow are going to be really eye-opening for if Instagram eased up or not. Typically, the social media platforms don't ease up until February, March, April, when the beginning of the year slowly tapers off. But taking a look at it immediately, it ain't no better than it was yesterday. So, okay, so I just got a update from Mary Jo Date that our Airtable has had all the accounts that we need deleted out of it. So I'm going to take a peek in there, confirm that she did that. If so, awesome. I'm going to hop on a call with River and Allie and pretty much get their accounts set up.
So when I'm in the creator database, right, and I saw that for some of our models, let's say like Charlene, right?
Cool. So I just got off that meeting with Olivia. She was kind of just walking me through some of her ideas and was asking for help. Once again, another meeting that could have been completely summarized through a few texts. So what I'm actually going to do to make my life a little bit easier is I'm going to shoot out a text right now to everybody in the company. I am not doing meetings anymore unless it is on a Monday. Okay, the boys were G's. They got me one of these little camera holders. Pretty much just put your camera on it and then you can stand up your camera just like that. So I'm actually going to try it out now. I wanted to show you guys one of the things that I've been working on just about all day today. And it's an Airtable that I've built out that is specifically for scraping the data of accounts, which is really cool. So like we had talked about earlier in this video yesterday and whatnot, what we do is effectively gray hat social media. And one of the platforms that I gray hat specifically is Instagram. So we manipulate the algorithms. And now what that means is we have hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of accounts that are all stored in one database that need to be managed by VAs. VAs being virtual assistants. So anyway, how do you organize the data? How do you know what you're asking of is being done? And this is one thing that I specialize in is systems, processes, organizations, and high-level overviews. And so you're actually going to be able to see the screen as I'm recording or as I'm going over this. So instead of you just seeing me, I'm actually going to show you my screen so you can get an even better view of what it is that I'm showing. So for those who don't know what Airtable is, it's an advanced spreadsheet. It allows you to plug APIs. It allows you to organize a database unlike you would ever be able to do with spreadsheets. And so what we're going to do is what this Airtable does, we're going to kind of go down all of the sections, but first things first, it starts in the mother account setup. So like I was talking about yesterday, we have Instagram accounts that have AI chatting on top of them. We bring people into those accounts, they talk to them, the AI talks to them and then sends them over to the page. So first things first, those accounts need to be set up. They need to look like the person that we're creating them for. So what we do is we buy these Instagram accounts. We just buy really old age Instagram accounts because they are the strongest. And we dump all of the accounts into this section here. So as you can see, there's 493 accounts in here that need to be set up. Now, if I just gave somebody a spreadsheet and told them to set them all up, data would go missing, data would get lost, data would get misidentified and inputted incorrectly. We would lose a ton of information. But with this, secondly, you would also just not get everything you need to be done because looking at that much data is surely there's going to be mistakes. So what we do is we have this Airtable, as you can see, that allows us to just dump a ton of account information into directly. Looking at this, once we've dumped all the accounts in there, the VAs now have the ability to start modifying the account. So when the status is in progress, day one is not complete. So as soon as they mark this status as setup in progress, it's going to immediately move the accounts down here. Inside of this database, we now see that these are all of the day one steps that need to be completed on these specific accounts. So once they've completed all these steps, once they've assigned it a device, once they've started a setup date, once they've completed that, it's then going to move the account down here into day two pending, which is now going to be accounts that since starting are less than 2 days old. Day one is complete and day two is not complete. Now, when it's time, the accounts are going to move from pending to do, and then start equals to day one is complete and day two is not complete.
So then they're gonna have all of the accounts and all the records are gonna come in here, and then when they're done with the day 2 steps that they need to do, they're gonna mark it off on day 2 complete, and then it's gonna go pass through this entire Airtable. So alongside that, I can give you a high level overview of all of the accounts that are going on. So we have 492 accounts in the drop. 31 have been completed today. 36 have been started completed today. There's 0 in day 2 setup, 0 in day 3, 94 in the day 4 pending, 95 in the day 5 pending, 69 in the day 6 pending, and 80 in the day 7 pending, and 50 in the today, which means are being set up now. So this is a critical error monitoring. You can see all of the status of the accounts as well as all of the accounts that are actively being used, which we're going to get into here in a minute. But now once they've completed the setup, all of the accounts are going to come down here, and they can literally just copy all of the details. It's blurred for you guys because I don't need you logging into my accounts, but they copy all of the details, they come over here and they drop them into the account delivery. Now the account delivery is awesome because this is where the action actually happens. So I've separated all of the tasks. So this is where the accounts are set up, and then this is where the accounts are actually being used. So as soon as you drop them into this account delivery, what's gonna happen is it's gonna scrape the user ID. Once it scrapes the user ID of the account, it's then gonna start scraping all of the data of the account. The VAs are now gonna assign them a proxy, and they're gonna move down into the available to funnel. Available to funnel means they're available to be used, but they're not actively in use. So we get to see every single account that we have. We get to see if there's a link in the bio, which there shouldn't be. We get to see if there's followers associated with the account, what the following is, the total post, is it private, and has there been any appeals on the account, and is it DM blocked? And what this allows us to do is get a high level overview of here is 231 unique Instagram accounts, know exactly how they're set up, know exactly their status, and are they ready to use. Now, once they're ready to use, they simply just move into this accounts funneling now section. And these are all of the accounts that are associated with all of my different VPSs. But now we have a monitoring down here. So these monitoring tables from the scraped data gave us those individual columns. Now, if the account's public and it shouldn't be, it'll show up here. If the followers are too low, it'll show up here. If the bio is low quality, it'll show up here. And with this report monitoring, it allows the VAs to quickly identify when the account is not set up the way that it needs to be. Thought this was pretty cool. This is what I've been working on for the last few hours. Today, it's about 3:36 p.m. now. I'm getting a little hungry. So other than that, I will keep you guys posted on whatever else it is that I start working on today. All right, well, this kind of concludes a boring day in the life. I mean, regardless of it being split into 2 different pieces, we had wake up, gym, come home, work, sleep. You know, sometimes you feel like you almost created your own rat race. Life starts to feel like it's on a little bit of a repeating cycle of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. But I have my eye on the prize. I know one day it's not going to be like this, and there'll be more time to enjoy life, and it would be at life at its fullest. So it is 9:37 here, 9:38 now, and I'll probably end up going to bed at around 12. So I just have a little bit more things that I'm working on. I got the team pretty much caught up with everything that they needed to do. So other than that, it was a really productive day. We were able to reinstate one of our marketing channels, instate a new marketing channel, showed you guys how the Airtable development backend, infrastructure kind of looks like. We were able to set up and initiate 2 new onboarding pipelines for both companies. We were just able to do a ton, everything and more. We even got to dig into some accounting as of yesterday. Got a lot done, and I'll pretty much be back with another video soon. We have a really cool video coming here in just about 1.5 weeks. As you can see, we have a little special delivery. I'm excited for that one. But other than that, see ya.